Now, you've got an interesting idea because, look, remember they hired Jay-Z. There was a lot of controversy about that and him being in cahoots with the league. And Jay-Z, of course, one of his jobs with the league is to get the halftime entertainment for big Super Bowls and big events. And he's put together Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar. So obviously a very LA-centric, show. It's obviously a lot of rappers.
And one of the blackest halftime shows I can ever remember. I mean,
yeah.
not that they've
you've had black
right.
artists
but
before,
I'm talking about so
this
many.
Yeah, and remember, obviously Jay-Z's wife, Beyonce, did a very black show when she had, they were throwing up the fists and everybody dressed in black and things like that. But, yeah, that's what is going to be at halftime, and a lot of people are excited about it. And you've got an interesting theory or idea, I should say.
I think, Chris, where we are with the NFL and the class action lawsuit, the disregard and disrespect of the black coach who's put in their work, Eric Bieniemy shut out again, right? Like
I
this,
don't get that. I'm sorry.
Right? And this has to stop. And this isn't fair, right? Byron Leftwich is another guy.
And he looks like he could have had Jacksonville, but he wanted a different GM.
And it didn't work out. They decided to go another way. But, Chris, I'm just thinking everybody's watching the Super Bowl. There's the chance to make a statement, to do something, to say whatever it is. Now, they don't even have to boycott or say they're not going to perform.
Initially, were you thinking boycott?
Yeah, like not give in to the NFL because we're portraying one thing. Look at us. Look at our halftime show. We love black people. Look at the opportunity. Get up there and dance and perform for us and sing, right? We're not anti-black. Look at our halftime show.
Look at the end zone. It says "end racism."
Exactly. But when it comes,
look at the back of Joe Burrow's helmet.
Right.
It says "We are one" or whatever.
But when it comes time to hire us, Chris, in a fair and equal way, they fall short and have fallen short for almost 100 years. So what if they did like the artist decided to go out there and hold up, we want equality, or treat us the same, or be fair in the hiring practice or whatever. I mean, it would be egg on the NFL's face, right? It's their big party. Everybody's watching. And to have that displayed where it creates dialogue and conversation. Even the young kids
it would do that,
who would say, Daddy, what do they mean? You're watching the Super Bowl with your 9-year-old son. What happened? Why are they holding up signs? Because this league doesn't give black people equal opportunity at jobs other than the field of play, Chris, which dictates the jobs. There's a reason that 70% of the league is black. It's because those guys have put in the playing fields equal, and you take the best player.
There's some meritocracy
on
the field.
There's not white owners going, I'm not going to draft any white players, or I'm not going to pick any white guys. No, if those guys were good, they would be on the team, right? But when it comes to front office and who's going to lead your team, you can pick and choose and decide
it's
who
subjective.
you like. It is very
I'll give you a
subjective.
prime example, Rob. Let's say I'm African American, and I'm looking at two candidates, and you're black. I don't know you, but you're a candidate, and I got a white candidate, and the white candidate is better, slightly better, like a little more qualified. Really got some stuff going on, but you're good. You could do it too. And you're qualified, not quite as much as him, but you're very good. You could do it, but he's better.
So you're telling me
I can easily just hire you.
So you're telling me you wanted Doug Gottlieb?
No, but you know what I'm saying? And you can't do that in sports.
Right.
Because that little difference could be the difference between us making the playoffs and not. But in most of corporate America, I can do that. Because you could do the job.
And so you can't do that, Chris, on the field because the players know who belong.
Right.
It was almost like, and I'll give you the perfect example, the Tim Tebow in Jacksonville. He could. Urban Meyer wanted to, Chris, give him an opportunity.
Right.
But you remember the big play where he whiffed and everybody was like, dude, he can't. What is this? He couldn't justify it.
Right.
That everybody can see. But upstairs, where you can say, this is a smart guy, nobody can see that.
Stuff is subjective. There's
All
no doubt about
subjective.
it. That's why you can't use, because you hear people like against affirmative action and stuff like that say, well, what about sport? What if we had affirmative action in sports? What if we want the NBA to be 50% white or whatever? Well, sports is it's objective by nature. Like, it's obvious which two guys are faster, or which guy's faster, which guy's stronger, which guy's the better
which guy can
athlete,
dunk,
whatever.
which guy can shoot better, right?
So the rest of a lot of corporate America is not like that. And so, and more people are capable of doing a lot of these jobs versus being a professional athlete.
So is my stance too radical, too black?
I gotta be honest.
No, be honest.
I'm not ready to co-sign it. I will agree with you that it would definitely make some noise. I mean, if you just want to make some noise, and I mean, can you imagine how embarrassed the NFL would be? It would clearly take away, like, and I'm more thinking of, as you said, or you were initially thinking, a boycott. But even, holding up signs, whatever it might be, it would draw a heck of a lot of attention. And I love what Tommy Smith and John Carlos did at the Olympics. Tommy Smith taught at my college, Oberlin College. Not when I was there, but he was a teacher there and a track coach.
Is that right?
Professor, yeah. But
that was their moment, though, Chris.
No, and I support what they did wholeheartedly. But I would say at that time, obviously, the oppression was worse than what we're talking about.
How about players? How about if players
Well,
do
see,
something?
I'm more, and I'm more about the play. I don't know about in this game, but I would like to really sit down and organize something than rather do something on a whim. But I'm going to be honest, a lot of times on a whim is what gets Rosa Parks on a whim.
She was tired.
I'm tired. I'm just sitting down.
I want to sit down. She didn't plan that, Chris.
Yeah.
She worked all day, and there was a seat. And why?
It's just like, look, I'm tired.
I'm tired. I want to sit down. I paid my fare. I'm going to sit down.
A lot of times, those are the types of moves that get things done. So I'm not poo-pooing it, but I'm not ready to co-sign it at this point. And I don't think they'll do anything. They might make some type of subtle statement. I wouldn't be shocked if they did that. But let's be honest. I mean, maybe they're not even that up on what the coaching, hiring practices are in the NFL.
No,
what I mean?
That could be real. And I don't know. I remember when the NFL, what was that, a few years ago, when the union came out the first game. Remember all the players held hands in solidarity? That was the first time I ever saw the NFL players, and they still took a bad deal.
Yeah.
Even with that.
Right.
You know
and
what
that's
I mean?
the thing. And those things are, even Kaepernick, let's keep it real. Remember when he knelt down, he went to a former Army, what was it? Was it an Army Ranger? Like, he was really trying to honor the veterans and the flag to some degree, but just and say,
but still make his point.
And people still took it for what it was. But it's interesting. And
I just think, given the landscape and where we are, like, it just seems so fraudulent that this whole big black halftime show and black love and let's put up this black talent and we're going to see 70% of the players in the Super Bowl are black, yet we're still asking for equality.
Right.
Not we don't want more, Chris. We just want
a fair shot.
Just a fair
That's
shot.
It.
Can I coach? I can play.
Right.
That's all.
And Rob, like, and these leagues, the leagues need to be careful, and we as African Americans need to look at what we allow to happen. For instance, the end racism. And that's fine on the back of the helmets, and even the NBA with the HBC. You remember they had the black artwork on the court and all that stuff. Black Lives Matter on the court. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's not good because it does send a message, particularly to the younger generation of non-black people. But that's symbolic stuff. We need real live. That can get you focused on something outside of Well, how many blacks are in your front office?
Right.
How many blacks are, on your coaching staff and getting head coaching jobs? So those are the real issues. And, there was a time when a lot of African Americans didn't want to play sports for whites, so to speak.
Right, because that's
or
all
sing
right.
and dance for whites, because that was part and parcel of what happened on the plantation. On Sundays,
Perform for us.
yes, sing and dance, boy, play that fiddle or whatever. And so a lot of blacks are like, nah, we're not doing that for white girls. Let's have a foot race. I want y'all to fight, box, wrestle.
Right.
And for our entertainment. And so you got to be careful that this doesn't become that. Sing and dance and rap for us.
Right. That's
but
what I'm saying.
Yet
I
we're
know.
not, so